Tax Network USA. You have a tax debt, big or small. Unfiled returns, we'll file them all. Don't waive your rights, we'll fight for you. Saving money on your taxes, that's all we do.
Settle your back taxes now with Tax Network USA. Our firm can save you up to $7 on your tax bill. Call now for your free consultation. Call 1-800-245-6000. That's 1-800-245-6000. 1-800-245-6000. Tired of expensive temporary prescriptions still leaving your pet itchy with a dull coat or fur loss? All starts with your food. Add Dinovite to supplement the nutrients they're missing to support a healthy digestive tract, skin and coat, and immune system for an all-around healthier pet. Get a free probiotics booster with your purchase of Dinovite for dogs by using code DOG at Dinovite.com.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dinovite.
I've had this experience. Selling land is different than just selling a home. Like Dave had a piece of land in San Mateo County he'd owned for 30 years. The market has changed a lot, as we know, but the Jameson team had a solution. With their auction program, they were able to generate multiple bidders and sold the property for a great price in less than 30 days. Sandy also helped him get the property cleaned up and ready for the new buyer.
Call the agents we would trust to sell our homes or our land. Bob and Sandy Jameson of the Jameson team. It's a rapidly changing market. They keep up with it not only day to day, but hour to hour. They're experts. I've been in real estate. I trust them, and so can you.
And whether you need to sell before you buy or buy before you sell, they've got a plan for you. Give them a call today, the Jameson team, at 408-686-HOME. That's 408-686-HOME, or you can go online at sandyhasbuyers.com and get top dollar for your home. Call the Jameson team today at 408-686-HOME or sandyhasbuyers.com.
The Jameson Team, Tuscana Properties, DRE license number 01845393.
Balance of Nature, changing the world one life at a time.
I'm 58 years old. I was told about Balance of Nature. I watched an older couple in their 90s building couch potatoes and not moving at all to getting up. And then within a few weeks, they started going up and walking to get the mail. And then they're walking around the block. I mean, hello. And I'm like, all right, if these people can feel better, what can it do for me? I'm now out of bed all day long.
Start your journey to better health with Balance of Nature. Call 1-800-246-8751 or go to balanceofnature.com to get 35% off your first preferred order. That's 1-800-246-8751. Go to balanceofnature.com or call 1-800-246-8751 and get this special offer by using discount code KSFO. When your business information is missing or inconsistent across the internet, won't find you, and customers won't either. Help ensure customers see you and not your competitors. Boost your findability. CumulusBoost.com. CUMULUS Boost.com.
How would you like the potential to participate in credited interest from market and limit the downside? Join Edmund Brown for the Safe Money Radio Show. Call Edmund Brown for your complimentary Safe Money Radio Kit and Safe Money Radio book at 1-844-306-SAFE.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shelley Place with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Children can die from heat stroke after being mistakenly left in a car. This sometimes happens when there's a change in routine. Make it a habit to put your phone or bag in the back seat next to your baby. Ask your caregiver to always call if your child doesn't drive as expected, and lock your car when it's parked. If you see a child alone in a car, call 911. For more on child safety, talk with your pediatrician or visit healthychildren.org.
San Francisco 49er, and dogs can talk now. Hi, welcome to the news. Wait a second, what was that third thing you said? Dogs can talk now? So I heard the audio, I thought this was stupid, but you watch the video and you think it's a talking dog.
There's always a stupid man who calls the latest scientific developments stupid. Folks, am I wrong? I'm not wrong. So, yes, Michael brought to us alleging that it was a talking dog. We'll play the audio first.
If we didn't tell you ahead of time what the dog is saying, finger quotes, you wouldn't in 1,000 guests be able to tell me what that was.
Oh, army of talking dogs. When you come to the studio, Jack's the bald one. Eat his face. Leave me alone, I believe.
Eat his face.
He's clearly saying, the dog is clearly saying, where are you going? I mean, that's as obvious as the ears on my head being perked up. Come on.
And so the dog, you've seen the video, I assume the dog is in like a lazy boy, leaned back, feet up on his footrest, reading the newspaper.
Flipping through it.
Having a cup of
Glances
coffee.
up at his wife, you will. No, indeed. The video is a very attractive young woman who is clearly going out to be seen, primping, and her husky walks up and with its disconcertingly human-looking blue eyes glances at her and says, "Where are you going?" I mean, if he knew the words, I'm sure what he's saying is, "Where are you going in that skirt?" I think the dog is jealous.
Or a hot chick who wants to become an Instagram influencer came up with the whole talking dog narrative, so people think, hey, dang it, she's hot. I'm going to figure out her name and follow her on Instagram, because I'm a freaking paste-eating, shouldn't be allowed moron.
Wow. More lashing out from the unbeliever. Now, I have mentioned, perhaps the reason I'm softer on this story is that, as Judy can tell you, our dog is trying desperately to learn to speak. Baxter the dog is close, too. I mean, we'll be hugging in the kitchen or sitting on the couch together or something, and he'll walk up, he'll look at us and say, whoa, 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 and just look at us.
Do you remember this? Kind of an interesting dog/business story. Do you remember a guy we knew that was trying to get his bulldog to skateboard? Do you remember that?
What's next? Marion dog?
So there was, apparently there is a famous skateboarding dog, I don't remember his name, but it makes 6 figures a year. I mean, it makes a lot of money. I think it was $300,000 a year this dog makes for its owner. You know, the dog doesn't actually have a checking account. But you've seen it on commercials. It's been a while. I think its heyday has passed. They don't live that long. But it could skateboard, this bulldog, and so people would say, hey, we got to get the skateboarding bulldog for our big, Fourth of July thing this Friday, and so they would hire it, however many $1,000s, and it would come in a big, giant RV. The dog didn't drive. There are people involved, but the owner would bring the bulldog there, and the bulldog would run along the skateboard and hop on it and ride a little ways, and people would cheer. Also enjoy paste and whatever else, but
come on now. Uncharitable.
I'll admit a dog that can skateboard is actually entertaining, but I wouldn't drive very far to see it. But so we became aware of there was only one of them, and I mean it was so busy it couldn't even fulfill all the obligations. It was making so much money, so he thought, I'm going to get a bulldog and teach it how to ride a freaking skateboard. And that's where my ship's going to come in. I don't know how
you can't copyright that sort of thing.
You can't?
No, it's like trying to copyright, all right, no, I came up with a pretty woman gesturing at a car. You can't do that.
You can't be like the let's get ready to rumble guy of skateboarding bulldogs.
Well, if the bulldog learns to say that, he'll get sued, like that talking dog we were just listening to. But yeah, you can't copyright an action.
Okay, I thought maybe you could, and then you say, so you got to come up with a Great Dane that walks on stilts, or a Schnauzer on a unicycle, or whatever.
Sure, hang gliding Doberman, whatever.
I don't know how it ever turned out with this friend of ours who he got a bulldog and was working on trying to train it, thinking this is how I'm going to make my millions.
It might have happened. I don't know.
It might have.
Touch, but yeah. Back to the talking dog thing. Now, I understand neurologically that there are hurdles to overcome, but you have to admit, like, my dog knows, quote unquote, a number of different words.
Sure, treat, walk, things like that.
Well, yeah, sit, down, here, that sort of thing, and he can differentiate between those two words. How big a leap is it to trying to form them?
Well, it hasn't happened.
Yeah, we just heard it happen. What do you need American dogs companies the ball.
President's really pushing electric cars again yesterday. Some of the facts behind that whole dealio. Stay tuned, hour 3.
And Getty.
Talk Radio 560 KSFO San Francisco HD2, a Cumulus media station. No more COVID shutdowns or wasteful spending. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's what House Republicans readying a vote today on bills to end emergency declarations as soon as possible, though the Biden administration now says that'll happen May 11th.
But Republicans are demanding that the COVID spending that has come with the declarations meet, I think, $817 billion in stimulus checks, $678 billion in unemployment, $39 billion in delayed student loan payments, and $39 billion in housing programs.
Fox's Alexandria Hoff says Republicans will question 3 former Twitter executives about the way the social media company blocked the sharing of the New York Post story on Hunter Biden's laptop a month before his father won the 2020 election. The House Judiciary Committee is probing allegations the FBI tried to silence parents. The committee subpoenaed the former head of the National School Board Association, Shiv Slavin.
Republicans are eager to dig into the Justice Department's monitoring of parents and school board meetings. Slavin wrote to President Biden on September 29, 2021, asking for help with parents raising concerns curriculum changes at school board meetings, suggesting that parental pushback could be a form of domestic terrorism or hate crime.
Fox's Mike Emanuel. There's one Republican who's not on any committees, Congressman George Santos.
George has voluntarily removed himself from committees as he goes through this process.
The process that GOP Congresswoman Elise Stefanik refers to as the in-depth probe into the lies Santos told before he was elected about his background amid state and federal investigations into his finances. A Newsday in Siena College poll finding 78% of those surveyed in New York's 3rd Congressional District think George Santos should resign, including 71% of Republican voters. Fox's Matt Napolitano. President Biden's headed to New York City to tap the building of a new passenger rail tunnel like he did yesterday in Baltimore, all funded by the new infrastructure law. America's listening to Fox News.
Inflation is nothing more than a legal form of theft, because with every new round of money printing, the value of 1K or IRA is decreased through the dilution of the money supply. Hi, I'm Dr. Ron Paul, and while you still can, I highly recommend you consider physical retirement account. Why? Because gold provides real wealth preservation that can withstand anything. Even better, with a gold IRA gold group, you pay no penalties or taxes when you transfer your current retirement funds. Or text the word PROTECT to 989898. And my friend from Birch Gold Group will send you a free info kit on gold IRA. Birch, only gold IRA company I trust. So text PROTECT to 989898 to request your free info kit on gold IRAs right now.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle. I sell custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters that are easy to install at prices less than big box retailers. Blindster blinds are custom-made for your windows, and I guarantee they'll fit. Don't hire a pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
65 Americans a day die by gun suicide. Store your gun securely, locked, and away from ammunition. Help stop suicide. Learn more at infamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
This is Cal Bears basketball.
Thursday night at 6:30, Cal travels to Battle, Colorado.
The home of the Cal Bears. 810, The Spread.
Brian Sussman here. Listen to my weekly podcast with tax attorney Steve Moskowitz, only on the KSFO website, and let's save some money. Brian Sussman's news and views you won't hear anywhere else, only at KSFO.com, sponsored by tax attorney Steve Moskowitz.
Do you have heart failure and often hear?
Those stomach issues ruined your birthday.
You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa.
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist and ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that works over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. Connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
KSFO traffic time after this.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. Jackson Hewitt gets you your biggest tax refund guaranteed, plus a chance to double your refund or win weekly prizes with their Double Your Refund sweepstakes. File your taxes on the double. No purchase necessary. U.S. residents 18 or older who file a 2022 federal tax return. Ends 4/2/22.
Still stop traffic in Vacaville, 80 westbound after Lagoon Valley Road. The two right lanes are open. Vehicle crash is still blocking the two left lanes. Your stops from Leisure Town Road and Experience for an hour. We have stop-and-go traffic in Richmond, 80 westbound after McBride. A crash has been moved out of the right shoulder. CHP is still on the way. Things are stop and go from Appian. That's traffic. I'm Katie Green.
This report sponsored by 3-Dimensional Wealth. Join Doug Andrew of 3-Dimensional Wealth as he teaches free workshops in Morgan Hill, Palo Alto, Dublin, Alamo, and Sacramento. November 9th through Friday the 11th. Call now for details and to register 1-888-73-RADIO. Jackson Hewitt gets you your biggest tax refund guaranteed, plus get the chance to double your refund or win other weekly prizes with our Double Your Refund sweepstakes. File your taxes on the double at Jackson Hewitt. No purchase necessary. U.S. residents 18 or older who file a 2022 tax return ends 4/2/23.
Over 60 and retired? Making ends meet, especially at the supermarket, is tough. BenefitsCheckup.org is a free website that helps you pay for food, medicine, even utilities. Visit Benefits.
From the Abraham Lincoln Radio Studio at the Georgia Broadcast Center, Jack Armstrong and Joe Getty. Armstrong and Getty Show.
Tell me in my ear, do you think it's worth it? Do you think the payoff is worth it? Is the juice worth the squeeze, as they say? Is the juice worth the squeeze on this trip, on this clip, Hanson?
Whisper in his ear.
Hanson says it's a familiar and enjoyable tale. So this is President Biden yesterday. He gave a long, meandering speech about Amtrak and infrastructure. It's all about the big quadrillion-dollar infrastructure bill and that sort of stuff. But he started in on his Amtrak story that has been debunked a number of times and others. Well, that's
Amtrak wasn't just the way to get home. Family, conductors, the engineers, they literally became my family. I used to have a summer party at my home in Delaware. Started off with about 10 conductors and engineers. Ended up with about 70 people. They became my friends. Went to an awful lot of their children's weddings and, unfortunately, funerals of them. When I was vice president, I flew over 1 million miles in Air Force Two. Going home as the United States, as vice president, one of the conductors said to me, "Hey Joe, big deal, 200, you said you've traveled over 1 million miles on Amtrak. How the hell is that?" And they added it up. But folks, look, I made 1,000 trips.
Wow.
So I've been through this tunnel 1,000 times. And, but when folks talk about how badly the Baltimore Tunnel needs an upgrade, you don't need me to tell you. I've been there.
We are headed over to Riverdale, which is what we called Shelbyville at the time.
Wow. Yes, an incoherent old guy.
And the fact checkers have worked to see were there ever any parties for the Amtrak people, and did he ever attend a single wedding and or funeral for any of the Amtrak people? And the whole story of the Amtrak guy coming up to him and talking about how many miles he rode has been debunked by the Washington Post and others multiple times. But anyway, so among the things he talked about yesterday was Joe Biden touting electric vehicle and how they're taking over, and tax credits because of the infrastructure package that he put out there. And he tweeted out, "On my watch, the great American road trip is going to be fully electrified." Biden tweeted with a picture of him in a GMC Hummer EV that ranges in cost from $87,000 to $110,000, depending on the model. It's been pointed out by many people that does not qualify for the $7,500 tax credit that he mentions in that tweet, because of a number of restrictions where various parts of the vehicle are made, the cost of the...
In his defense, though, neither does virtually any electrical vehicle you can buy.
Yeah,
practically nothing qualifies.
In his defense, it would be very hard to find an electric vehicle